Alright guys, good morning. I'm feeling alright this morning. Got my coffee, got my supplies. I took care of everything, waited out. Sorry. Before I did this, just because I didn't want to make the video ridiculously long. It's probably already gonna be a couple minutes. But here's what we got. And I told you I'd show you an inventive way to make a shell. And simple, something that everyone would have sitting around. Now, of course, to make fireworks, in most places you need a license unless you have special permits. But I guess it depends what you're doing and where you're doing it. But anyway, here we go. I took a standard Crayola marker, large size Crayola marker. It's a red marker, as you can see, and I left the back cap in and cut it right at the middle. All right, and then I took the back to another marker, just a newer marker because it's black, and I put my time fuse in it. I just took the back, I drilled a hole in it, okay, and I put my time fuse in, and I glued it in, alright, and then here I have my tube that I'm using to launch it. It's a convolute tube. I put my piece of fuse in, and I glued it in the bottom, and then I taped it, just to keep it straight up. Then I'm spiking it with 0.15 grams of 7.3 flash. Then I'm using commercial 2FG black powder, 2FA, sorry, to launch it. That's 1/6 the weight of the shell. And then there is my payload, which is actually, it's not homemade at all. That's, my friend had a cake. I'm not sure the name of the cake. I'm pretty sure it was red peonies. I could be wrong. He had two misfire shells in there. One went up and came back down, and one didn't break, and it sucks when that happens. But he took the one that didn't even come out of the tube and dissected to see what was in it. And I told him I was making a shell and I didn't have anything left, so I wanted to see if he had anything. And he said, yeah, I got some slow flash, aka burst powder, and some stars from a shell that I just took away. I'm like, alright, I'll take it. So that's the stars and the slow flash there. I'm spiking it with that flash to get a little bigger bang. Now I'm going to see if you can see how I do this. First thing I got to do is, you see my shell right here. I am going to slowly pour some of the stars in the shell like that. Okay. Now, sorry guys, it's kind of messy. This video might take a while. I actually should have brought a tripod, but anyway, I'm going to pour the rest of the stars into into a cup. And now you see, I'm going to put this cup aside. I'm going to pour now my powder, the slow flash, onto this sheet right here. And I don't know if I'm going to use all this because it's a lot of payload right here. It's 8.66 grams with the stars and slow flash combined. Now you see I'm going to take this like that. Okay, and I am just going to pour this very carefully into the shell. Okay, kind of like that. Okay. Now that the shell is halfway complete, I'm going to take my 0.15 grams of quick flash, the 7.3, and I'm going to pour that in the shell. And that will give the shell a, I mean, that's really not that much. Oh, I spilled a little. Oh well. That won't give it much, but that'll give the shell a little bit more bang when she breaks open. Now I'm going to pour some of the bigger stars in there. Okay, and now I'm going to, sorry guys, this messy camera work. I left my tripod in the house. Now I'm going to finish it off by just pouring some slow flash on top of that. Okay, and I think I might actually do a little bit more. So I'm going to take my folded paper here. I'm going to pour some more stars and some more slow flash into it. Now I'm not going to use even half that. That's this is actually just came out of a shell that was much bigger, almost an inch. So it was a cake insert. So I'm going to just pour some more slow flash on top of that. Like that. Okay, guys, the shell is filled. Hold on one second. The shell is filled maybe 2/3 of the way up. Okay. And now with this, Sorry guys, I'm just moving cups around here. Alright, you can see I have my shell. Now here is my bottom. So what I'm going to do is just put that in the top of the shell. Oh, damn it. Spilled. Alright guys, that's why you got to be careful, because this is just it can get very messy. Now, hold on one second, I just put the camera down. I'm just going to pick up these little stars and put them back in my shell. See, that's where you got to be careful, because you don't want to do sloppy work like that. Alright, so now, alright, we're good. Hold on one second. I am sorry for the shaky camera work. This is actually a video requested by someone, and I decided to fulfill that request. But it is not working out very well to my advantage right now, just because, well, partially for the fact that it's early in the morning, and partially for the fact that I'm just tired. So now listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this right here and put it into the top of that shell. It fits well, but it fits tight, so I'm just going to put the camera down for 1 second. I'll just, you know what, actually, I'll do it over here so you can see. We take the top of the shell now, and you got to push it in real tight, because it is a very, very tight fit, and that's the only way it actually gets in there, is with a little bit of pressure. So now I'm going to take something, and I'm just going to hammer the top of the shell back in. You're going to have to give me 1 second, people there.